one of us. We need each other. We need each other now. We need each other now. Each one of us, we need each other. Don't ever let them hurt you in any way. Oh, never let them steal and take the best of you. Keep building cities from the ground. We rise and weave the wave. Mother Nature has a way of warning us. A time bomb set on a lost countdown. Will you find it? Will you hear it? Will you listen? Amen, si amen, eva mi ale benefike amen. Amen, si amen, que le gmandia erola nu silo. Each one of us, we need each other. We need each other now. We need each other now. Each one of us, we need each other.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Juan Gomez at RFI, the French radio broadcasting company. UNICEF is conducting this debate. Nous n'entendons plus l'orateur. Nous n'entendons plus Juan. Nous avons perdu le son de Juan. But Africa is the continent which is responsible for the least of pollution. And in your countries, you are therefore suffering from those consequences. For 2.5 hours, children, adolescents in the Sahel region, you are all mobilized for this debate, and I would want to congratulate you before even hearing from you. And I am very happy to spend these 2.5 to 3 hours, why not, with you. You are connected in 10 countries in the Sahel region. Thank you for technology. We do hope that it would work properly. Let us cross our fingers for that. Over 100 young people are connected, and we want to hear your voice. We very often hear only adults talking about this topic, but you children, you adolescents are the most threatened one by this climate change issue. It is therefore important that we hear you. We will listen to you. We will have a dialogue. Indeed, when I say we, it means I myself, but some other officials, activists, artists will join me to listen to you and answer some of your questions. You heard a song as an introduction to this debate. It is a Benin artist, Angelique Kidjo, who is known throughout the world. And what you've just heard is one of her last album, Mother Nature. I don't know whether you liked it, but I did like it because it's an anthem for the planet to sensitize the general public on environmental issues. She is supporting you. She's supporting your project. So we would want to thank her wholeheartedly because she allowed us to use her song as an introduction to this debate. And at the end of the debate, you would have an idea of why it is so topical. So please, first, I would want to introduce to you Mrs. Marie-Pierre Poirier, Good morning, Juan. You are the Regional Director for Western and Central Africa UNICEF Office. And this has been a marvelous initiative to give the floor to let the voice of children and adolescents be heard. Good morning, everyone. Today, 20 November, we are celebrating the Convention on Children's Rights that includes so many important things. And in Article 12, each and every child has the right to express his view freely on any question of interest and to see those opinions duly taken into consideration. It is therefore an uttermost pleasure for us at UNICEF to give you, the youngsters in Sahel, the floor talk about climate change, which is a topic which is a concern at the heart of which is dear to our hearts, because you are already affected on a daily basis by climate change. And climate change is an injustice for the Sahel region. We are producing the least amount of greenhouse gases, and we are the most hit by this. You have coastal erosion and all other phenomena which are already a reality in our region, and we are prone to many more disasters. We are supposed to have some policies, new policies, to alleviate and lower the effects of climate change. Climate justice should be enacted. I'm sure that you've thought over it, you have a lot to propose. So this debate is yours, and you have to claim your right to talk and suggest solutions. And like Juan said, build alliances for the world to be held accountable for a fulfillment of their promises. Make yourselves be heard. Thank you. And you have the floor, you youngsters from the Sahel. Thank you very much, Marie-Pierre Poirier. In a minute, you will be given the floor, you who are all over the 10 Sahel countries. But allow me to first introduce to you the first guest of our debate, Abdoulaye Mardié. You are in Seoul, in Korea. Good evening. I am in Seoul indeed, Juan. So I would like to thank you, Abdoulaye Mardié, to take a few minutes to stay with us. You are caught in between several meetings. I would want to introduce you to the youngsters in the Sahel region. You are a Senegalese citizen. You've been elected by the United Nations as the coordinator for the Sahel region, and you are currently in Korea precisely to defend the cause of the Sahel region. Abdoulaye Mardié, I know that you like having a dialogue with youngsters. These youngsters are listening to you. Let me introduce to you Fatoumata, who is only 8 years old. I hope that her connection will be working. She is in the Mopti region in Mali, and she is the youngest of our participants. Is Fatoumata with us? Let us try and connect with Fatoumata. Abdoulaye Mardié is with us. Fatoumata is with us. Hello, Fatoumata. I can see her, and I guess she was saying hello. Can we hear her? Is her microphone on? Abdoulaye Mardié, I was saying that you are currently in Seoul to defend the cause of Sahel. Please explain to us why the Koreans feel concerned about the fate of the Sahel region youngsters, be they children or adolescents. Thank you, all of you. I am in Seoul, where we are celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Busan Conference on International Cooperation, and I am to present the issues facing Sahel. And I am here to promote the intergenerational nature of the way we are to tackle climate change. I would want to celebrate the anniversary of UNICEF. For over 25 years, we have proven our inefficiency in tackling the effect of our solutions to climate change. Ever since the first COP meeting, we have failed so far. And this is absolutely unfair to people like Fatoumata, because she will be suffering 4 times more the hardship entailed by climate change, 4 times more floodings, and so on and so forth. What I would want to recommend is that after 25 conferences that we failed, the next one would be in Africa. I hope it would be the youngsters COP1, not just to make a statement that is handed to our heads of state, but let them be the ones participating, talking, stating, and being at the forefront. I would want, so Juan, youngsters are to be involved, and we would want to hear you provide them with advice. Good morning, Fatoumata. Is your microphone working? Yes, it is. You are age 8. You are the youngest of our participants. You are in Mopti, and you are already concerned about climate change. You sent us a drawing. Can you explain to us what you meant through that drawing? Here is the drawing. As you can see, says Fatoumata, you have a child with this, with a knife. The grass are drying because there is no rain. The monkey has fallen on the ground because he has no more leaves to eat. You have next fish that are dying in a river that gone dry. So let us stop cutting the trees with our animals would not be eating, and with no animals, the feeding of human beings would be put at danger because they eat animals. So it is our future which is at stake. This is a very strong message, Fatoumata. We thank you, Abdoulaye Mardié. Fatoumata has described with her own words, with drawings, the situation currently. She has absolutely understood what is going on. She's only age 8. What would be your advice to these youngsters for them to be more engaged, more involved? 2 pieces of advice. First of all, the wonderful change of Angelique Kudjo should be the anthem of the next COP, and the drawing from Fatoumata would be the emblem for I would be your ambassador with Mrs. Marie-Pierre Poirier for this drawing and Angelique Kidjo's song to be used as symbols for the next COP. It is wonderful to see you commit yourself before all these youngsters so that the drawing of Angelique, of Fatoumata be a symbol of the next COP. Let us remain in the Sahel. Husseini Abu has the floor. She is in Niger, I think. He is age 23 and who calls himself an environmentalist by passion, though at the age of 8, he or she was aware of the environment issues. I can see her. Good morning. How are you? I'm fine by God's grace. So please explain to us where stems your interest in climate issues? Where does it stem from? I joined the Scouting movement at the age of 8, and through the Scouting rules, we are supposed to be good to nature. What we were being taught was how to protect the environment. And that is how I got keen on defending nature, as was said by Fatu. We should not be cutting trees anymore with axes. We were even told not to even cut flowers because they were held as the soul of nature. Children should be the one forcing people to stop putting at danger nature. This is the reason why I did take the cause of environment as a passion. Abdoulaye Madje, who is the United Nations Secretary General representative for the development of the Sahel region, has been appointed to go and meet leaders throughout the world, and he's currently in Seoul in Korea to precisely talk about the situation of the Sahel region as far as climate change is concerned. What would you tell him? Because he's listening to you. What would you want to tell him? I would want to tell him to please insist on climate change in Niger with the rise of temperatures. Do you have the impression that the situation is worsening year by year? Yes, indeed, it is a issue because we can't hear you. Ousseynou Lamou, you are age 23. At the end of this debate, what would you want to undertake so as to improve the situation? Even if that would be in the district you are living in the city you are living in. As a young person, I am thinking of undertaking sensitization among my community on the negative effects of climate change, and in trying to raise the awareness on how to fight with connection with Abdoulaye Madje. Thank you very much, Husseini, for having been with us. I would want to thank Fatoumata, who was first to take the floor. And I know it's not always easy to speak up because it's seldom that you are given an opportunity to speak up in the Sahel region. This is an opportunity you should avail yourselves. And it is a bit humbling to take the floor before other children, but other high officials who are following our debate and listening to us. My suggestion is that we get to the first debate.